Good morning, class. We are back again to our digital marketing training. And over the past months, we've been looking at various aspects of digital marketing, the importance of digital marketing, why businesses need to adopt digital marketing as an integral part of their business strategy. We've also looked at social media marketing, and since last week, we've been looking at content marketing. We've looked at various aspects of content marketing, and in our last class, we looked at content formats and channel. In case you've missed most of the classes, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you will get update of other videos. So in our last class, we looked at content formats and channels, and we identified different types of content formats. Some platforms allowed one type of format. For instance, TikTok is a video first platform. Facebook, if you want to post on Facebook, Facebook allow text and videos, or text and images, and the text comes first. And we looked at text-based content, which includes blog posts, articles, ebooks. We also looked at visual content, which has infographics, images, and GIFs, charts, and graphs. And also, we also looked at video content. We identify video content as the content that you use for tutorials. If you want to use tutorials, video contents are very good for tutorials, promotions, and webinars. If you're promoting a webinar, video content is very good. And we also looked at another content format, which is podcast. Podcast started as an audio format, but these days we have video podcasts, and also short audio clips are what we identified as various content formats. So depending on your campaign objective, that is your digital marketing campaign objective, you can choose the kind of content format that you want to adopt. For instance, if you are promoting a webinar on a website, definitely your content format can be text based and video based. Maybe the text explaining what the training is all about, and the video can give them a teaser of what they are going to get during the training. And we also looked at the recommended aspect ratios and pixels for social media content. For instance, if you want to post on Facebook and Instagram, there is 1080 by 1080, which is the square post. We also looked at if you're posting on YouTube, that is 920 by a 1080, which is also the same thing as 16:9 aspect ratio. These are things that we looked at in our last video. We also looked at the content channels. We identified different content channels, which are social media platforms, which include Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And we also identified email as one of the platforms for content. And the next one is websites and blogs, podcasting platform, and video platform. And lastly, on our last class, we looked at a content engagement, and we defined content engagement as how audiences react with and respond to your digital content. So whether you are posting a blog on a website, or it's a social media update or video, or any other format, content engagement focus on how interactions are on your content. And we also say that it is a measure of how compelling, relevant, and valuable your content is to the people consuming it. And we also looked at why content engagement is important. We'd say that content engagement helps to build brand connection. It helps to foster loyalty and trust. It also helps to increase your brand awareness, drive website traffic, support customer journey, and provide valuable insight, because when people consume your content over time, you will know the content that is engaging and the content that is not engaging. And it is advisable for you to channel your resources on the content that your audience love to consume. So in this class, we are looking at effective customer and client communication. When you're interacting with your audience online, you have to communicate with them effectively, because your audiences are in different stage of the customer journey. Audience are in the consideration stage. They might ask a lot of questions. Sometimes they want to know more about what you're selling, and sometimes you have to repeat yourself over and over again. And also, when your customer or your audience is at the conversion stage, the question they ask is different. So that is why I prepared this training or this class for us to know how to communicate effectively with our customers and clients online. And why is customer engagement important? Why is content engagement important? One, I said that effective customer and client communication, it is the heartbeat of digital marketing. Remember when I said that content is king. Without content, there is no digital marketing. And when it is done right, it transforms transactions into relationship and audiences into advocate. It is good to communicate clearly with your audiences online with your content. And also, I say that it is crucial for building relationship, resolving issues, and driving business growth. So I identify key principles of effective customer communication. One is active listening. Most business people don't listen. Most times we want the customer or our audience to listen to what we are saying, but we don't actually want to listen and understand what they are trying to say. Sometimes in online there are two types of strategy in content marketing. One is push content marketing. Content marketing is when brands and organizations push their content to you. They're not looking for engagement from you. For instance, when you are advertising on television and radio, it is a push type of content marketing. But social media communication or digital marketing in general allows you to engage in what we call pull content marketing. Pull content marketing is when you want to pull the customer in to what you are doing, and you achieve that through active listening. So active listening is when you want to understand the customer needs and concern. You have to be present. Remember, just like normal everyday today relationship, when someone is talking to you and you are pressing your phone, it shows that you are not fully engaged in whatever they are saying. So when you're communicating with customers online, maybe they are sending you an email or they send you an inbox, maybe on Facebook or through Instagram, or they send you a direct message on TikTok or WhatsApp. It is good for you to listen attentively and understand their pain point. What exactly are they trying to achieve by communicating with you? So you need to be an active listener. Number two is clear communication. This is the second principles of effective customer communication. You must communicate clearly. The people that you engage with online, they came from different strata of society. Some of them have different education background. They have different technical background. So let's say you are selling some maybe hair products. Some of the people that want to buy hair product from you actually don't know something. There are some things they don't know about hair, how to treat and manage your hair properly. So when you are communicating with them, you have to communicate clearly. Avoid using technical jargon, so you're not going to lose your audience. The number three is empathy. Empathy, you have to empathize with your customers when you're communicating with them. Empathy simply means putting yourself in the shoes of other people. That is what empathy means. It means to show understanding, show compassion. You know what they are feeling.
And number four is personalization. When you are communicating, with customers online, it is good to address them by their name. For instance, dear Obinna, dear Esther, dear Omar, dear Jonathan, dear Abubakar. You have to personalize the communication. Then the fifth one is timeliness. Your communication must be timely. Yes, when you're communicating with customers online, you have to be timely. One of the reasons why brands have social media presence is for timely communication. Yeah, I know when you send email, email can take some few hours for an organization to respond. You know, there are some organizations that respond in few minutes, but social media allows for real-time communication. Or when you send a brand a message on WhatsApp, you expect them to respond promptly. So timeliness is a key factor, is a key factor in effective customer communication. You know, I there is a picture that I put here. It is a story that happened in the Bible. Some men gathered together. They want to build a tower, and according to the story, God came down to observe what they are doing. And when God came down, he concluded that if these people are left alone, they are going to achieve their objective. So, according to the Bible story, God confused their language, so nobody can understand each other. And so you now realize for you and your audience to achieve a common purpose, you have to understand each other. So when you are communicating and your audience is not responding, it is possible they don't understand what you are saying. So that is why messaging is very important in audience definition. When you're trying to define your audience, you must know the kind of messaging they are going to respond to. And I wrote here in this slide that at the center of every human relationship and association is communication. Whether you're a doctor, whether you're a priest, whether you're an engineer, whether you're a public speaker, there must be clear communication. Both the speaker and the audience or the recipient of the message, they are going to understand each other. You know, in communication, there are different elements of effective communication. One is the sender. There must be for communication to take place, there must be a sender and a receiver. And also there must be a channel of communication. In this case, the channel can be the digital platform. They are the channel, and also there has to be the message itself. The message has to be encoded and decoded, because once you are sending the message, the recipient need to interpret what you are saying. If the recipient did not interpret your message properly, it means that the message was not properly decoded. So we're going to look at how to manage different types of customers. Yeah, how to manage different kinds of customer. The first customer we are going to look at is angry or dissatisfied customers. Angry or dissatisfied customers. When you're working with angry or dissatisfied customer, what you have to do is to listen actively. When you meet an angry customer, don't try to respond to them angrily. Don't allow them to trigger you. So you have to allow them to express their concerns without interrupting. Why you are doing this is for you to understand clearly what their problem is. For instance, you are managing a website and the customer is telling you the website is not working. The website is not working. You know, what the website is not working means that the entire website is not loading. You know, let's say you type www.obinnaosigwe.com. The website is not working means that the domain is down, the website is down. But actually, it is possible that what the customer is saying is that maybe the button of apply now is not working. You get it? So when the customer tells you that the website is not working, you can't just say you are lying. Are you trying to spoil my business? Are you trying to spoil my business? How can you say the website? No, 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 no. Just try understand. Just it's a which aspect of the website is not working. So by the time the customer finish explaining themselves, you now realize it is actually the button that is not working. So that is why it is important to listen actively when you meet angry or dissatisfied customer. Angry customers are not bad people. Most time they're just frustrated in their inability to access some services or to use your product the way they have imagined to use it. So the next step is to acknowledge and empathize. Empathize with them, show understanding, and also apologize with regards to the experience they had, and you provide solution. And providing solution is one of the secret of turning unhappy customer into happy customers. You provide solutions or you offer alternative or compromise to resolve the issue. So the step one is to listen actively. The second one is to acknowledge and empathize, and the third path is to provide solution. And I added something here: how to de-escalate. When you're working with angry customers, how you can de-escalate. One is to stay calm and respectful, no matter how the angry customer is trying to trigger you. Please remain calm. Never mirror the customer's anger. Like I said, don't allow them to make you angry. Respond with grace and professionalism. Acknowledge their feeling. I use a phrase like, I understand how frustrating this is. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Don't try to be defensive when you meet angry customers. Please handle the situation with calm and poise, and also avoid blame. Don't stop trying to be defensive, because if the product is working 100%, if your services is 100%, I don't think they're going to complain. And sometimes it is good for you to have angry customers, because they are the one that will tell you where you are not delivering your services efficiently and effectively 100%. And also, there are practical steps for resolution. For instance, if you want to, for you to listen actively, you can ask, "Can you tell me more about what happened? Can you tell me about more about what happened?" So it shows that you have genuine interest and care. And also, if you want to clarify the issue, you can ask questions like, or you make statement like, just to confirm, the delay was with, the delay, is it with the payment or whatever, depending on the product or services that you are selling. So this allows you to avoid miscommunication. You ask probing question. And also, if you want to offer a solution, you can say, here, this is what we are going to do to solve this issue. And also, if you want to follow up promptly, you can say that we are going to update you by a particular time in the day. It shows that you care, and it also helps to build trust and accountability. And also, it is necessary for you to document the feedback. Why it is good for you to document the feedback, in case you have another customer that has similar problem, or it also help your team members to know how the issues can be resolved effectively. So the next kind of customer is loyal and satisfied customer. I believe every business is looking for loyal and satisfied customer. They actually don't complain a lot. Most loyal and satisfied customer actually see themselves as part of your business. And loyal customers are not just repeat customers; they're also your brand ambassadors, and they like giving you feedback on how to improve your business. Sometimes when your business can might be experiencing some issues or crisis, it is your loyal customers that sticks with you. And when you're talking with or communicating with loyal customers, it is imperative for you to tailor your communication according to their preferences and interests, because they have been with you for a while. There are some loyal customers that have been there for a years. Sometimes you can have customers that have been with you for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years. So you can Over time, you must know their preferences. So you have to tailor the communication according to their preferences. For instance, you have an e-commerce platform. When you're dealing with loyal customers, the data on the platform shows their buying pattern. So you tailor your communication according to their preferences and interest, and also you show appreciation. Yeah, it is not good to take customers for granted. Show appreciation for their loyalty and their feedback, and also offer exclusive content. Airline companies do that a lot. When you've flown with them for many years, they try to offer exclusive service to you. Sometimes they can give you VIP access to some of their events and conferences. There are organizations that do that to some of their loyal clients. Sometimes they are doing some company outreach or organizational outreach. They give you exclusive access. Some software companies do that. Maybe gaming companies do that to their loyal customers. They try to give you access to test their new product before it is launched in the market. And I added here why loyalty matters. In case you are not treating your loyal customers well, why loyalty matters. One, it gives a higher lifetime value. In marketing, that's what we call the lifetime value of a customer. If you have a customer and over time they have been with you for 5 years, you can calculate the sales that you've made through them. You actually realize that you've made a lot of money through these customer. So loyal customers gives you a higher value, a higher value over time, and also you don't need to spend money in keeping them because they are loyal. They're not going anywhere. So it is the marketing cost for loyal customers is zero. It is zero. And also during crisis, I think I've said it earlier. During crisis, loyal customers stick with you during the time of crisis, and also they provide constructive feedback. So I added here strategies to nurture loyal customers. When you have loyal customers, it is good for you to give them VIP treatment. Uh, VIP treatment, for example, access to exclusive content. There can be early access, like software companies do that a lot before they release product into the market. Some of their loyal customers that use their product every time, they give them access to test the features of that new product or service and make recommendations. And also, you can give them special invite to your to the maybe to your most engaging followers online. You can give them special invite to your event, and also you celebrate milestones, anniversary achievements, or long-term partnership. Most companies like maybe Microsoft, Google's, they have Google partners, they have Microsoft partners. I think also Oracle. These companies, they celebrate their partnership with their client, they celebrate partnership that has spanned over the years, and also ask for input from your loyal customers, and also share their success stories. So these are some strategies on how to keep and nurture your loyal customers. And also, I also added tips for building loyalty. Number one is to educate, don't sell. Educate, don't sell. Explain, offer tutorials and behind the scene insight. You can also invite for co-creation, and also allow them to feature on your project, allow them to participate on your project, and also celebrate their expertise, and and um, and stay ahead of trends. So you share updates on things they care about. So the next one is informed and tech savvy customers. So informed and tech savvy customers, these are customers that are digitally literate. Sometimes before they send you a message, they've actually gone through your product. They will do like a testing of your software to know how it works before they start asking you some series of questions. So they are empowered, informed or tech savvy customers. They are empowered, they are discerning, they are digitally fluent and literate, and they do a lot of comparison. So when you are working with them, I identify some traits of informed and tech savvy customers. One is that they are research driven. Like I said, before they ask you a question, they've already conducted research on your products and services. They do a lot of comparison online, and also they are platform fluent. They are not afraid to test new digital platforms. So they are platform fluent, and they are privacy conscious. They care about data protection and ethical practices on digital platform, and they're also feedback oriented because they research a lot about platform. They are quick to give you advice on what is working on your platform and what is not working, and they are trained aware. They are trained aware. They follow innovations, update, and digital shifts in real time. So the next customer we are looking at is uncertain or confused customers. I believe most of us fall in this category. There are some areas that I'm also an uncertain and confused customer. Uncertain and confused customer is one of the good things about them is that they'll show you the how clear your communication is, because sometimes the messaging you're putting out on digital platform can be very clear to you, but they are not clear to your customers. So uncertain and confused customers, and most times they ask for clarity and they need reassurance and guidance. So when you're working with uncertain and confused customer, you have to handle them with care, because when you handle them with care, it turns those confusing moments into a time of confidence building, and also it turns passive interest into active engagement. And when you are working with a confused customer, it is important for you to understand their mindset. Confused customers, they are not dull, they are not stupid. The only thing is that some things are not clear to them, because sometimes online people are overwhelmed by option. You know, we live in the era of information overload, and sometimes there's a lot of information out there. Maybe you're trying to buy something and you notice that many platforms are selling the same product on different price range. Sometimes you don't know the one that has the best quality. You don't know whether you are getting the best deal. So sometimes customers can get confused. It's like trying to select a movie on Netflix. So like someone like me selecting a movie on Netflix is actually a problem for me. So what I do most times, I end up watching the older movies that I'm familiar with. And I wrote here that too many choices can lead to indecision, and also lack of information can make them to be confused. And also, many people have the fear of making mistakes, so they need to be properly guided. And uncertain and confused customers need to be nurtured well in the consideration stage of the marketing funnel. And also, most confused customers have low digital confidence. Some of them struggle with tech platforms and online forms. So when you are working with uncertain and confused customers, there are some tone tips for communication. You have to be warm and welcoming, like we are here to help you every step of the way. Yeah. And you have to be patient and encouraging. You can make statements like take your time, there is no rush. And you have to empower them, like telling them you've got this, let's walk through it together. It helps to build confidence in them. And there are and and the next one we're going to look at is the impatient or time sensitive customers. Impatient or time sensitive customers. So, impatient or time sensitive customers, they value speed. Remember when we talk about the key principles of effective communication, timeliness. Timeliness is because of impatient or time sensitive customers. They value speed, they value clarity and efficiency. They are pressed for time. Time sensitive customers, they are not they're not actually difficult. They want their issues to be resolved clearly. Organizations like that operate in the financial sector, maybe in the payment services. Imagine you are trying to make a payment and you have been debited, but the payment has not reflected in the account of the receiver. Definitely, you need some questions from your bank, and you need your bank to respond promptly. Maybe you're trying to pay for an airline ticket, so you don't have like 1 week for the airline company to or the ticketing company to respond. You want them to respond in 30 minutes. You want them to respond in 10 minutes, maybe at most 1 hour or 2 hours. You don't have a month for to wait for them to respond. So when you're working with impatient or time sensitive customers, they are not rude, but they want you to respond swiftly to their request. And when you handle time sensitive customers well, when you solve their issues uh, uh, um, to excellently, when you solve their issues excellently, you can actually turn them into loyal customers. So I wrote here, when you're working with loyal customers, how their mindset works is that they have high expectation. They expect instant replies. So that is why organizations like banks, they have 24/7 support teams. They are there to solve all customer queries, all customer requests 24/7, because they are working in a sector that is time sensitive. There is time sensitive. And also, time sensitive customers have low tolerance for delay. And number three is that they are goal oriented. So, some tips on how to manage time sensitive customers. That is how to engage in fast paced communication. One is that you have to be direct. That is why, if you're in business, it is good for you to articulate and itemize the kind of questions that your customers are going to ask. For instance, you can say, here is a link, let me know if you need help, or we received your request, we are working on it. This is highly psychological. It helps them to know that they are not being ignored. And number three is that you have to be efficient and go straight to the point. No, there is no need for long introduction on unnecessary details. So there are strategies to work with time sensitive customers. You have to streamline communication. For instance, click here to register. Not everybody has the time and the energy to read a long post. And another way is to automate where possible. You can use chatbots or frequently asked question. I know, like I work on some websites, and Namecheap is a good example of organizations that have a lot of automation on their chatbot. Sometimes, before a customer support agent um, joins the chat, the chat bot, the AI bot, has already answered a lot of your questions. And you have to prioritize urgent queries. And you can also offer self-service option that it is possible for that can help them to do that. I know Uganda Immigration Service, they have self-service there that you can actually select. Yeah, they have it there. Did you come there for your permit, or you came there for maybe visa extension, or you came there for to process your passport? They have a self-service there at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. So this is also because they deal with a lot of clients. But then when you go to Uganda immigration office, there's a lot of people there. So, and nobody plans to spend the whole day at the immigration office. Some people actually allocated 2 hours, or maybe at most 3 hours of their time to finish anything they are doing at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. So that is why they automated the self service there. And also, you set clear expectation. Tell them when you are going to get back to them. If you're going to get back to them in 24 hours, tell them the issue is going to be resolved in 24 hours. this issue is going to be resolved in 48 hours. And if it is 48 hours, let it be 48 hours, because trust me, by the end of that 48 hours, they're going to call you and tell you that they have been waiting for you to respond to them. The next one is price sensitive customers. Price sensitive customers, they are customers that want to get the best deals. Best deals. They are the ones that are always looking for Black Friday. They are looking for the cheapest product. They are the ones that can go to the market or to the mall and look for the cheapest product. And they prioritize affordability and value when making purchase decision. And one of the ways to identify price sensitive customers, one is that they are budget conscious. They are budget conscious, they are comparison oriented, and because they research alternative before making the decisions. Like I said, they're the ones that will, if they want to buy a sneakers, they have to go to every shop. They have to go to every shop, or if they are buying online on platforms like Jumia, they have to look at every vendor to look for the best deal. And they are also promotion responsive. Like I said, they are the ones that respond whenever you are doing discounts. And maybe during Black Friday, price sensitive customers are waiting for the next discount, and they're also skeptical of hidden cost. When you're working with price sensitive customers, please display your prices. Some of them, once you tell them, please send me a direct message, you are going to lose them. You're going to lose them because the way their brain is wired, most times they will think that you're going to call a high price for them. So there are strategies for dealing with price sensitive customers. One is value framing. You have to emphasize benefits over price. Yeah, sometimes it makes them to get relaxed, and you also provide tiered offering. Most companies do that. I know Google do that. Let's say if you want to buy cloud storage, Google cloud storage, they have one for 100 gigabytes. They have one for 200 gigabyte plus AI. They have 1 terabyte. So that is a tiered offering. So the price sensitive customers will now look at the offering that is within their budget. So it is good for you to have a layered offering for price sensitive customers. And also you can also create a limited time discount. Just say that this promotion is only there for 2 weeks, and you start counting down: 7 days remaining, 6 days remaining, 4 days remaining, 3 days remaining. So these are the things that helps price sensitive customers to act, because many of them has that fear of missing out. That is FOMO. And also make sure your pricing is transparent when you're working with price sensitive customers. And also there should be loyalty incentive. For instance, I wrote here: attend 3 workshops, get the fourth one free. So the next kind of customer you're going to look at is relationship oriented customers. So relationship oriented customers value connection over convenience, and they are not loyal because of the price or speed. They are loyal because they feel seen, heard, and respected. So they are a kind of people that will come to a restaurant. The ambience, the way you greet them, the way you talk to them, that is what makes them to stay. The way you smile at them. So there are people that they just want a place they can call home. Or parents that take their children to school because of the way the principals talk to them, the way the head teachers talk to them, the way the teachers treat their children, they feel like home. They'll actually see you like a brother. Those are your customers that call you my brother, my sister. So these are relationship oriented customers. So in digital marketing, these customers, they thrive on trust, because once they see you as family, once they see you as a brother, once they see you as a sister, some of them can even see you as a mother. Yeah, there are some customers that will see you as a mother, they will see you as a friend. So they thrive on trust, shared values, and meaningful engagement. And what defines relationship oriented customers? One, they are emotionally invested. It is relationship oriented customer, they want to stay with you for long. They want to stay with you for long. Even if you add a little price increase, they will still be there with you because they see, yeah, we are family. We are family. And also, they care about your mission, and they're also long-term thinkers. They're not there to chase quick wins. They want enduring partnership. Not everybody like changing customers. There are people that can stay with a hair salon. They can stay with a salon for 15 years. Yeah, that is relationship oriented customers, and they can give you feedback. Why they are giving you feedback is that they want you to improve on the service because they are here to stay. They are not going anywhere. And there are community builders. They refer others, attend events, and celebrate your milestone. So there are strategies to deepen relationship with your customer. That is for relationship oriented customers. Personalized communication because they see you as family. Also treat them as family. So you call them by their name. Don't just treat them like a stranger. Something like I wrote an example here. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for attending our last workshop. When you call people by their name, it has this psychological effect on them. And also, you use storytelling and shared value. There are customers that thrive on value. When you have the same value with them, just know that you've gotten them. They look at what you strive for. For instance, you want to empower local communities. You want to empower local communities, maybe through education, maybe through by partnering with them by building some basic amenities. So relationship oriented customers, when they hear your brand story, they want to partner with you. So they're not just there to stay for a brief time. No, they are seeing a long term relationship with you. Remember when I say in the last slide that relationship oriented customers, they are long term thinkers. And also, they offer them exclusive engagement, make them feel part of the organization, make them feel part of the organization because they actually see themselves as part of the organization. Reward loyalty and involvement. For instance, a school can have alumni forums. So even if your students have graduated from the school, it can be a secondary school, university, or primary school, still invite them to your events. It makes them know. Yeah, it makes them know that they are still part of your organization. And also, celebrate milestones, show appreciation. Maybe it's something like thank you for being with us for these past 2 years. Yeah, you celebrate them. So that is why even some organizations celebrate the staff that have stayed with them for a long time. And I just want to harp on something here. In customer care, there is what we call internal customer care and external customer care. Internal customer care is your relationship with your staff, relationship between the employer and the employee. Then external customer care is your relationship with your customers. That is external. So when we're talking about this relationship, also think about the relationship with your staff because when your staff are not happy, trust me, your customers will never be happy. Your audience online, they will never be happy. So you celebrate milestones and also invite co-creation. Make them to be part of your journey. When you're developing a new product, when you're developing a new service, invite them to be part of your journey. And lastly, the tone tips for building relationship with your relationship-oriented customers is that you can send them a message like, we are grateful for your continued support. I know banks do that a lot. Airline companies, they do that a lot. Most software companies, they do that a lot. When you renew your subscription, they send you a big thank you message. So you also try and do that for your customers at every transaction. Send them a message, thank them for their continued support because they can decide to move their patronage to another organization. And also, your voice has to be inclusive. I wrote here, your voice matters. Let's shape this together. As most NGOs that do this, I know. I am subscribed to Amnesty International. and they send me a lot of message. I know the things they do. Maybe they are doing a campaign for somebody. Maybe it's a human right campaign. They make you feel that you are part of this. You know, we are trying to do this together. And sometimes there are sometimes they want to do a campaign and the campaign is successful. They will still send me an email thanking me to be part, thanking me for being part of the campaign, even when I was not actively involved in the campaign, but they still thank me. And lastly, is that you have to be appreciative. Yes, have to be appreciative as a business. You can have statement like you've helped us to grow. We don't take it lightly. Yeah. So these are the various kind of customers. So when you are engaging with your audience online, you have to have this in mind on how to engage with your customers. And when you treat customers well, they are going to invite other customers. When you treat your audience well online, they are also going to encourage their friends and people within their community to engage with your content and also grow with you, and also patronize you online, and in turn your influence, the brand reputation online will continue to grow. So in our next class we are going to start our class on search engine optimization. So thank you very much, and thank you for being part of this class.